Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Lit Lounge, where I interview the authors who have wrecked my TBR, held my emotions hostage, made me fall head over heels. Today, I'm so excited because our special guest is one of my absolute favorites. So, if you're stepping into the world of an author who knows how to blend drama and heartbreak and love with lessons, she writes fantastic friend groups. I cannot rave about the friend groups enough. They feel like family. Her stories will absolutely break your heart, but also fill your soul. Every book that she pens is layered, honest, and completely unforgettable, featuring plus-size heroines, absolutely hilarious banter, and generous MMCs that will have you swooning. If you've ever read one of her books, then you already know she's gonna have you laughing one moment and then clutching your chest the next. Her words make you feel seen. Her characters remind you of why we love and why we love to read the books that we love to read. And her storytelling makes you fall in love with reading over and over and over again. So grab a drink, get cozy, and settle in because we're talking with none other than the amazing Danielle Allen.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. I love introducing authors. I get to tell y'all all the things that live in my head.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
Okay, fellow Scorpio, we're going to hop right on into one of our gaming sections. So this is Fast Five. So you're going to tell me what you would prefer to write as a writer.
Okay, I'm ready.
So first one is friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
Friends to lovers.
See, I'm a friends to lovers girly. I love friends to lovers.
I feel like it's it's an easy journey because they already like each other. So it's like it just falls into place.
There's so much more story to be had too, without them not liking each other.
Yes.
Okay, so writing spicy scenes as they come up or saving them for last?
As they come up. I write chronologically, so as it comes up.
Oh, so like at the beginning of the day, like, oh, I have to write a spicy scene today.
Mm-hmm. Like if that's just where the story was leading us, then that's where we gotta go.
So group chat chaos or one-on-one confessions?
Ooh, group chat chaos because I have four best friends. Like, there's five of us in like my current best friend group chat. There's five of us in there, and so it's easier to just either get on a group FaceTime or just put it in the group. That way, you don't not telling the story over and over again. So
I have found that if I tell one person, then the next time we're on a group chat, that one person is going to bring it up, and then everybody else is upset that I didn't tell everybody.
Exactly. Like, why didn't you tell me this? Why am I finding out now? Everybody learned at the same time.
Okay, so sassy banter or soft vulnerability?
Oh, I love both. Okay, I'm gonna say soft vulnerability because that is what I am. The scene that I'm working on now is that, so I'm gonna say that.
Okay, that did take me by just a sneak of surprise because the banter is quite hilarious.
Thank you. I love writing the banter, but like I think there's something so powerful about being vulnerable and being in a space that makes you want to be vulnerable. And I feel like that's where love exists, whether it's platonic or romantic, like in those vulnerable moments. And
so as an author, which one is your like most favorite compliment, right? Readers who are crying over the heartbreak or readers who are blushing over the spicy scenes?
oh, I think crying over the heartbreak or just crying in general, because I feel like things can be sexy and then, it is what it is. But I feel like when something makes you feel to the point where where we vulnerable, where it makes you feel that emotion that even brings you close to tears, I love that.
I've done both. You've had me blushing and you've had me crying.
I love it because I love both, but you made me choose. But like, I love both.
My favorite thing to do is drop people unexpectedly into authors who will absolutely wreck them. So like I've dropped people into Broken Clocks with no warning. I've dropped people into Jail Seekers universe with no warning. Like just you need to feel what I felt, and then come back and tell me that you felt that way.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't like spoilers. I like if someone's like, "Hey, read this. This is really good," and I have time to read. I love just going in there blind, and that way I can feel how I feel. That's like if someone told you that a movie is hilarious, you go in thinking, "Okay, this is about to be hilarious," and it could have been funny, but because you're expecting hilarious, it like lets you down. So I like to just go in and feel.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite things as a librarian is to give book recommendations based on things that I know that they like.
Yes.
So I'm usually never just going to drop a recommendation like randomly, unless you just ask me randomly, like, hey, I'm in a slump, like, what should I read? And then I'll give you whatever like comes to mind first. Usually I'm picking the book recommendation based on the person who's asking.
Yes, that's important. That's key.
So I've seen you actually quite a bit in the last couple of months, and every single interview you always dropped a gem. And I know that one time you talked about like there's always a lesson and a message in your stories. So as you I can't remember if you said that you picked the lesson first and then the story kind of gets developed from there. But like, have you ever had a situation where you wanted a certain lesson to be the lesson and then that was not, it was a completely different lesson by the time you finished?
No, but I've had where it's more than one lesson like that develops throughout. Like the characters come to me and the purpose for why I'm writing it. And like the purpose is always embedded like with the lesson. So it's like whatever it is that is my intent for people to take out of it and the message that I want them to get from it is the foundation of what the story is going to be. Then like as the because I don't know what's going to happen. I know like for some books I know a key scene. For other books, I know how it's going to end, but I don't know what the journey is going to be. So through that journey, other lessons appear, and so then it's like, yes, this is another good one. But I've never had the foundation of the lesson change because that's the foundation of what the book was like premised on.
I, you were one of the authors where I like absolutely binged your catalog when I started. And I want to say I started with Instalove. Like that, and it's one of my favorite books by you. I will go up for that book all the time.
Thank you, thank you.
And I will say that like every time I read a book, I think I felt myself thinking a bit more or connecting just a bit more. And goodness gracious, the reading slump after coming to the end of where your catalog was at the time, I was like, goodness gracious, I have to find something else to do with my time. And I don't know what that's gonna be. So definitely heavy on the lessons, but I also think that like your books are some of the books that like I feel most seen by, and not even just like me personally, but like my friends. Like when I look at your friend groups, like especially these women over here, I can think of at least one friend that matches.
I love that. I love that. That was like one of the things that I've always wanted people to feel seen in my work, but I knew for my first foray into the traditional space, I wanted people to feel seen, especially people who in the traditional space aren't always. And so that makes me happy.
So I want to get into the craft for a second because one thing that always stands out in your work is your dialogue. And it always feels so real. Like I could be like I feel like I'm sitting there watching two people have the conversation.
Good.
There's nothing I've never had a moment where I'm like reading your dialogue and something gets said a certain way and it like pulls me out of the story. So how do you go about making your characters like that real, that authentic?
I I attribute it to like my background in counseling. Communication is very important to me. Communication is what I talk to other people about. So when I am having the characters have these conversations, I think of the characters as real people. And the even the miscommunication, I know that is a trope that people say they hate, but in real life, we are often there's miscommunication because you can say things one way and someone take it a whole other way. You can text somebody something and they read it in whatever space they're in right then, not necessarily how you intended it. So I feel like the nuance of conversation is so important. And I part of what I want people to take from that is how the two characters are handling it and like how then they would handle and have those conversations. There are plenty of people who are like, oh, I would have said this or I would have done that. And it's like we hope in moments that we are going to say and have the words, but we may not. So if you see characters having the words, then it gets you thinking about it. So if you're having a similar difficult conversation, you then have a framework to have those conversations on your own time in your own lives. And so, but yeah, I look at them like real people. And so
So how do you balance the like the tension, the like because it's realistic tension, but then emotional clarity?
I feel like I don't think of it in that way. I think that when I am letting because it plays like a movie in my head. So when I'm letting the characters tell me what it is they want to do and they are saying what they're saying and I'm just recording it. And so when there is that tension, I can feel it. And so I want the reader to be able to feel it too. And so my like hope is always that what I'm seeing in my head and putting on the page, it's translating in the same way. Because like whether someone likes it or doesn't like it, that's, between them and the book. But I want them to like it or not like it based on what I intended, not based on what they are assuming or whatever. So I try to just record it as accurately as I'm seeing it in my head. And when it feels good to me, that's when I feel like, okay, it works on the page. And then I just hope that people go.
As a reader, I love when authors make me love like fall in love with a character, but I also love when authors make me hate a character. Like if you can annoy me because that was your intent to annoy me with this character, you've done an excellent job because I try to be like really understanding But at this point, like, I just want to shake you till the lights turn on.
But I feel like I love that because that means it's pulling that emotion out of you. So if it was a character who made you mad, that is an emotion being evoked by the words on the page. If it's someone who made you swoon, again, an emotion that's being pulled by the words on the page. So I love that so much. So when
So
people are like,
essentially, what you're telling me is I have to get better about reading your books in the daytime so that I'm not up at 3 a.m. upset.
oh,
Noted.
possibly.
Okay. Which one of your characters, like, have you ever written a character that you were like, oh, I can't stand you?
Oh yeah. Oh, Uncle Al. He is the epitome of not just like that family member who means well, but do you like what you're saying is rude and problematic, but because you love me, you feel like it's okay for you to say and it's not. But Uncle Al is also society at large, and he was always meant to represent society at large, where you are inundated with um, diet culture, weight loss pills, weight loss shots, all the ways in which you are not enough. But then it's like we want food to be affordable, but
Right.
the food that is good for you, the healthier foods are going to cost more than the foods that aren't as good for you. But then at the same time tell you that, oh, you are unhealthy equals ugly. And so Uncle Al represents all of the messaging that we are inundated with every single day, every hour on the hour, like clockwork, whether it's on TV or movies or the radio. It could be a family member. There's been so many people who unfortunately have messaged me or emailed me or seen me at an event this year and have said that their mom, their dad, their grandmother, their grandfather, somebody in their life was Uncle Al to them. And then it's the like, so if you're getting that from family members and then also from the like just the general public when you're out and about, it's a lot. You're constantly getting those
Oh,
messages.
yeah.
So when people are like, oh, I think Uncle Al did too much, or like it was triggering, I mean, I can understand that it would be, but like that's real life. That is every single day, especially if you live in a fat body. Like that is every single day. That doesn't mean you're not still a bad bitch, but it just means that like there are constantly going to be messaging that tells you that you need to lose weight
Hmm.
and that your body
Or
is
even that you have
not
to have a certain body type if you're going to be fat.
exactly. There's an acceptable fat,
Hmm.
but like, and only that is, I feel like that. Well,
Yeah.
but like it's a lot. And so when people were like they were triggered and um by Uncle Al, like that's real. Like I feel like you got to do if you couldn't read it because Uncle Al was he made you mad. I mean, that was the intent. Like it
I
should make you mad that like every time you're watching, I don't know, Prime and you got commercials, there's a commercial about weight
Oh
loss.
goodness,
It should make
some
you
sort
mad
of
that like
drug.
right. And it shouldn't make you mad that every ad like during a 30-second
Yes.
it's going to be about like how you can lose weight and how you need to lose weight, how losing weight. And I'm not saying that if your doctor has told you that that is what you need to do, or if there's a health issue, like, yes, then do what your doctor says, of course. But just aesthetically, the messaging is like, if you're in a fat body, get out of it. And so Uncle Al is that. But like, I feel like for some people, it.
So I enjoyed him from a public health perspective because I was actually able to use his character and use it at work to explain that like this range of emotions people feel all the time because of the messaging that a lot of people use around this topic as public health professionals. What are we going to do to help combat that? Because for the past, what are we in 2025,
Mhm.
5-ish years, I've also in some fashion like taught a sexual health class. Well, part of sexual health is also like body visibility and body neutrality. I don't
Mhm.
really care for the term body positivity because not everybody reaches that space in their life. But what is it that we're like, what is the representation that we're constantly taking in? And I love that I also get to use your catalog. I literally have it on my syllabus. Like, this is representation that I want you guys to start consuming. Start here.
I love it. That makes me so happy. I feel like so I feel like I don't feel no type of way about like the term body positivity. What I feel, I don't even want to say a way, but what I feel about the messaging around the term is that you can be what I want people to take away is that you should be positive about your body, period, at every stage and like that you're in with it. And you can work on changing your body or like If you want to get surgery, get surgery. If you want to be on weight loss like drug, do that. If you want to bulk up, do that. If you want implants, do that. Like do whatever you want for your body, but make it what you want and not what other people want. Because if you're not happy with yourself now, those
Will always be
enhancements,
something to change.
you will continuously, and maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to get breast implants. And it's like, all right, I feel better about myself until you start looking and you're like, oh, now I feel like I need my hips to match like with my for me to really have that hourglass figure. So maybe I need to do something about my hips and my ass. Like maybe I need to. And so then I feel like if you aren't centered in being positive about yourself, it can easily just spiral, and like whatever changes you make to your body aren't going to change how you perceive your body, how you feel about yourself. And so I think the idea of body positivity um should be rooted in self-love and not so much in a specific weight or shape or build or whatever, but just like I feel positive about my body because it's mine. And so I'm going to do whatever I feel like I need to do so that it's it's in its best shape. Just like you get a car, it's your car. And so it's like, all right, well, I'm going to take it to the car wash because I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to get a new paint job because like there's some scratches on it. I'm going to put some rims on the tire to like give it, like you can
You
enhance
want to be a good steward over it because it's yours, right?
right. And
That
that's
sort of
what you
ownership.
right in loving it because it's yours.
So one of the exercises that I have my students do, because like you said, like people can read Uncle Al and be like, oh, well, that sounded like so and so from my life. So initially, I was doing it with like the imposter syndrome or imposter phenomenon, however you want to word that. But I have them create the monster like on the page.
Mhm.
Like go through the five senses. What does your monster smell like? What does your monster sound like? And oftentimes, I get people who give me a specific person. Like my monster sounds like this person, and I'm like, ooh, okay, the tea is hot today.
Okay.
Like once they get done with it, I have them give their monster a name, and I have them pick a name that like is so unserious that every time you say it, like it immediately shifts your thought process. So like
Yeah.
mine goes through stages. I think right now I named mine Stewart because there's no way that like you can even like Stewart. Come on now, I'm like F off Stewart. You're in my way.
My son's name is Stuart.
I'm screaming.
I'm just playing. But you know what? And that's why you can't.
I'm hollering. Yeah, no, I have to pick like the most like random actual person name, and then I have to like when I'm having thoughts like that, I have to like tell the person like please leave.
Like, Stuart, chill out.
And it always cracks me up because for that like week in class, I make them say it verbally whenever the thoughts creep in, and it'll be like the wildest thing. They'll be like, "Man, f off, Philip." Like it just. But once they have a good visualization for it, I feel like it starts to shift the interactions like in their head when it comes to the thoughts, because you don't have to claim every single negative thought that pops in your head. You can take ownership of the positive things. And yeah,
Absolutely.
while
Absolutely.
we're on this track, because I've been obsessed with these, and I actually almost finished the first one, so I'm waiting for you to drop a third one, just so you know. But these right here, I am absolutely obsessed with.
Thank
Not
you.
this one first, and I'm not going to show y'all because emphasis on private thoughts.
Okay.
But the journal questions in this are so good.
Thank you.
So much reflection. I started doing it like once a day, and then I started doing more than once a day.
And what I always tell people is that like if you get it, you complete it, you can get another one and complete because you where you are
Yeah.
one year, like in 2025 when you filled it out, completely different place in 2026. And so like it keeps you thinking about and centering yourself and what it is that you need and what you want so you can have the life that you love.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, this is like a journal that the wonderful Danielle Allen created, and it's got journal prompts. It's got words of encouragement. The printed paper is fantastic. I know that's a very niche thing to love about a journal. But for those of y'all who love journals, you understand paper quality is key. I would love to have this in like a hardback leather binding situation. But I would also love it if you were to drop like, I don't know, like hypothetically a digital journal.
I feel
Those of
like
us that have Kindle scribes, you know, and
you said just put it out there.
just put it out there, you know, so that you know for future things. Is this the second one or was this actually the first one?
That's the second one.
Okay, so I have gone through this one. I haven't started filling this one out because the completionist in me has to finish the first one first.
Yeah. Yes.
But what do you think we'll get another one of these? What inspired this particular work of art?
Like so my life coaching journey, my counseling journey, I knew that I was always going to part of my for my master's, like one of the things they were talking about us doing was to if we had to like focus on something, in the mental health field, what would we focus on? What would we put together? What packet of information would we put together? And I started thinking about it then. I didn't do it for years later, but like it has been something that has been on my heart to do forever. So I had a list of the other areas that it would like focus on, but the art of being, love, and so the art of being, and then the art of being love and the art of being affirmed are, I sell them better in person. I feel like my online space is for my fictional stuff. I'll like reference my nonfiction, but most of the people who read my work, like they may have gotten it because they were just like, oh, it's something you did, I want to support. But when in person, when I'm speaking to people about it, that's when I sell like more of those. So like I feel like financially, it just made more sense to like focus on fiction. But when I get the opportunity, and I'm hoping in 2026, there will be another one. Like it already has a cover and a title. It just hasn't, I haven't put all the things together yet. And so it's just a matter of time, but it's coming. It's
I'm
coming.
already excited. I'm already claiming it for 2026.
Yes.
You already know that I'm always going to be a fan of November releases. I'm just going to take them as a birthday gift. Whether that was the intent or not, I have no idea.
Because our birthday is coming, and I feel like we got to celebrate it the entire time.
I am so excited. I truly like so when I met you at Indie Love this year,
Yes.
and I actually came for the journal. Well, I came for the journal and I came for sweatpants season. But yeah, I saw it on your website and I was like, oh, like I wanted to see it in person first. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then you had almost all of my favorites on the table, and I was like, well, it looks like I'm walking away with everything today.
And I love moments like that. That makes me happy. And like, what's so funny is that I don't always bring like, I don't, if I bring a journal with me, it's like one or two because of how the cover is. I'm always very particular about how it travels. So like if I can put it in a box, I can get three of those in a box if I arrange it a certain way.
Mhm.
And so if I can't, whatever I can put in a small box to carry in my carry-on, I'll bring, but I don't put it with the rest of the books because I don't want the pages to tear. I want people to like get it in the pristine condition. And so I love that I actually had them because there were many stops I didn't have them this year. So I love that I had it at Indie Love.
Yes, because I was trying to hunt down the black one for a minute, and I was like, I've seen you like 3 times. Where is the journal? It's
So
like,
I feel
man,
like you got to tell me in advance that you want me to bring it, and then I will have to specially put it in a box to carry it in my hand.
now
So
I have them both, and I'm happy. And my mom was like, "So did you get this one for me?" And I was like, "Whoa, no, you're more than welcome to get one, though. I highly recommend."
yes, I have them on my website right now. I'm gonna re-up. I plan to re-up today, actually. I'm gonna order more just because I feel like when the holidays come and when people get around their families, sometimes things don't go the way we hope. And especially with the art of being affirmed, it's like I want your validation to come from within. That way you are not relying on other people. It doesn't affect you as like the highs and lows don't hit as hard because you are regulated within you. And so
I always tell people like, because I'm a big fan of self-care and I make my students write out a self-care plan. I get a copy, and then when I check in on the self-care plan.
I love that.
So for all of my readers who family situations are not always the best, or holidays in themselves can just be stressful, make sure you have a self-care plan, that you have a friend that can be your accountability partner, because there's no sense in being miserable from November to January.
At all. At all. And especially if you're grown, you don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go. You don't have to be around anybody you don't want to be around. If it's better for your mental health to stay home, to walk away, to pop in and pop back out, do that. Do what's best for you because at the end of the day, nobody is going to take care of you like you need to take care of you.
And I always say nobody has to live in your head but you.
Okay?
So let's make it as safe as an environment as we can, because brains are weird and they do odd things all the time.
Listen, okay? And so we got to make sure we're taking care of our brain, our mind, our thoughts, our feelings, regulating our emotions. Like we have to be in charge of that. We cannot let somebody else dictate how we feel.
Okay, so hopping back into your catalog, because we have so many books that we could actually talk about. Goodness gracious. I thought, okay, so when I first read your indie stuff, I did not connect the dots when Curvy Girl Summer came out.
A lot of people said that, and I feel like my name is the same. I don't
It
know.
is the same. And the crazy thing is like, looking at the books, the font type for the name is the same.
And I specifically requested that because like that is
Yep.
how I have my name on the books.
I think at the time I just kind of didn't see like indie authors in bookstores, and so in my head it just like was completely separate. But then I had read Curvy Girl Summer and I was like, even the writing style is similar. That's so interesting.
That's so weird. It's like
And I absolutely can't wait for the next release for Curvy Girl Summer, but I want to kind of hop back into your emotional turmoil indie things
Okay.
because Broken Clocks is one of
I
my
felt it
favorite
coming.
reads, period. And then
Amen.
you went ahead and released a special edition and had the nerve to give it out with tissues.
Like, I felt like it was the least I could do to like help you on your journey. Okay.
They
I
were
wanted you
quality tissues. It was definitely giving sponsored by Plus Plus. Mhm.
to. I love it.
So when you wrote Broken Clocks, because I always say as a reader, we feel the emotions while reading them. As a writer, it's like you think the emotions and then feel the emotions while writing them. Was Broken Clocks the book that kind of took you through it the most, or was there another book that you had that you felt the heaviness of the space?
So, Broken Clocks, I cried when I was writing it. Mainly the end. I knew the characters and I knew how it was going to end. There were different things that were pulled from real life that were embedded in the story. So like the Layla's journey was what I wanted people to take from it is that we have to live for today. There's too many people who put off living, actually living for tomorrow. It's like, oh, when I lose weight, I'm going to do this. When I get a man, get a woman, get a partner, I'm going to do this. When I, whatever, I'm going to do this. And it's like, we have here and now. We are guaranteed this moment. And so for Layla to put off love and then have a chance encounter, and this isn't a spoiler because this happens in chapter one, but like, and then have a chance encounter with the love of her life, it's like, what if she didn't go to that restaurant that day? What if he didn't go to that restaurant? Like, what if, like, there's so many things, but that's like a broken clock is right twice a day. So it's like the timing lined up for a second chance. And so one of the lessons that Layla's grandma, who passed, and again, not a spoiler, that's in the prologue, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like it was, I mean, if I'm okay, I cried toward the end of the book, but I also, my eyes were watery when I was writing the prologue because of how close, like at the time my grandmother was still alive and like was very close to her. So just thinking about how like, because at that time my grandfather had already passed. And so thinking about the losses like when you're close to your grandparents and thinking about how the grandma had to like she lost the love of her life and then had to continue living on. So all of that in the prologue is a reminder of like time and love and like community and family. And then again, how with a broken clock being right twice a day, you have the first time God let you see it, you miss out. Okay, if you bring it back around, what are you gonna do with that second opportunity? And if you miss it, then you might miss it for good. And so I
Oof.
it was a lot of emotions in that book. So I felt it too as I was writing. And I like knew the reaction to it may be hit or miss. But again, I knew the lesson and I knew how it was gonna end. And I was comfortable with people feeling however they felt about it, as long as they took away the message and it made them think more clearly about how they were living their lives and what decisions they were making about their lives and just understanding that tomorrow's not promised. So I knew that there would be some reactions. I knew that there would be some feelings. But I wanted that was the story that I needed to tell. And so I told it. That was what I was purposed to do. And I just like hope people get it. There are people who like read it and they love it. There are people who read it and they didn't love it. But I've never had someone tell me that they read it and they didn't think about their lives and like move differently because of it. Whether they regardless of how they felt about it in the story,
That is
there's never been
accurate.
someone who has said that it didn't affect them and how they moved in their own lives. And that is what I feel like I was purposed to do.
I would say that like a lot of things kind of shifted for me around the time that I read Broken Clocks. And I read Broken Clocks at a time where like you're all you know how like you're already sad and you put on sad music. You
Mhm.
know, like I was already going through and read Broken Clocks thinking I don't know what I was thinking. It just sounded interesting. And I was like, you know what, we're already here. Let's dive in. But I definitely I think that was like right around the time I started journaling for real, like writing out what was going on in my head. And then I was like, okay, it kind of just like the title, the story, the message all kind of clicked together for me. And knock on wood, that was a good cry, but I would love to not do that again anytime soon.
Understood. Understood.
If there was any of your books that I would make into a very chocolatey brown casted Netflix movie, it's going to be Broken Clocks.
I would love to see that. I would love to see any of my work on screen, but like I, because of the visceral reaction that I've gotten from it, I would love to see that one in particular on screen because I think, again, never had somebody not say they didn't learn and grow from it. Like whether they would read it again or not, whether they, however they felt, I've never had someone not go. And I would love for because I feel like if we all took those lessons, applied them to our lives, there would be a lot more happiness. There would be a lot less like self-doubt because it's like either it's gonna work or it's not. Do it because like what's the alternative? You not do it and then it just won't ever get done. Like you do it, it doesn't work out, cool, move on. You get with this partner and it doesn't work out. Like you follow your heart, it don't work out. Okay,
I usually
like it's
I can't stand indecisiveness. And I understand taking your time making a decision, but I feel like corrective actions can't be taken unless a decision has been made. If you do something and it's not working out, then we can always shift gears. But until you're actually doing, there's nothing that can be done.
absolutely, absolutely.
And I say that to myself, like in this Bookstagram journey, I've had several moments where I've been dragging my feet. And some of that is self-doubt and some of that is like not knowing how the industry works and knowing that like as a socially awkward Black girl, there's a lot of turns and stuff and things you have to navigate that like there's no one standing there saying like this is the way to do this thing.
Because there is no one way to do it. And that's the hard part, but also the beauty of it.
We'll put a pin in this and come back in a second. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about, because you have some spicy scenes that live in my head.
Yes.
So I want to do another round of this, a fast five.
Okay.
We'll call this one like the After Dark edition.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I know you said that you will write the book straight through, right? So spicy scenes get written in chronologically.
The whole thing, like after I'm done, if I need to go back and I'm like during the editing process, I might add something if I'm like reading through and I need to, but I cannot write out of order.
Okay, so the morning after scenes or the first kiss scenes?
Oh, first kiss.
Book bays with pleasure patience or book bays with pleasure passion?
Okay.
Because you've written both.
So I'm going to say, I guess I'm gonna say patience only because there is something very, very sexy about the tension that lives in the wait. And yeah.
I got that. Okay.
But also, okay, they're the same, but I'm being forced to pick. But
you gotta pick one.
I like it both.
I will say that like as a reader, I do love to read the scenes where like he took his time. That scene might be like 7 pages. But also, as a reader, I'm like, oh, he couldn't resist her, and they didn't even make it through the door good.
Right. I feel and each character is different. So like I've written both because like each of the characters present to me as their own individual unique self.
Mm-hmm.
And so for some of them, the dynamic is it don't matter where we're at. Like I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And I love that. But then there is that like that slow build of like the restraint of like I want it, but I'm trying to respect where we're at or respect what you want to do and how fast you want to go, but I want it. That's very sexy too. And
so hook up to relationship or like the dragged out tension.
Okay. So I have written more hookups, so I would say I guess hookups to relationship. But like I do like the tension that builds. I do like that too. But I feel like there's something about two people having that chemistry, and it's just like, oh, we already have that chemistry, and we already know the sex is good. I mean, in a book, you already know the sex is gonna be good because it's like, what would be the point of writing?
Right.
But like I think that like
that belongs on a t-shirt.
But I think that there's something really nice about like feeling that tension with them. Now I will say it can drag on too long if it's too much. Like theoretically, mm-hmm. Curvy Girl Summer was written with the intention of making you feel like Greg Day is because that's how it is with dating. Unless you are down to just fuck anybody. Mm-hmm. Is cursing allowed? Have sex with anybody? Like, and you're waiting for the person that you really have that and then you're going on dates and the dates aren't giving, that is how you feel too. So I wanted the reader to feel where Leah was coming from, where it's like, all right, I'm hot and bothered, and I'm not circling back because see what happened last time I tried to
Mhm.
bring somebody from the past to the here and now. So I guess I gotta wait again. And so it's like you don't get any sexual gratification until like I mean she
Mhm.
indulges herself, but like you don't get that real gratification until like she like meets that person who is supposed to who she's supposed to be with. So like I feel that journey was stretched out, but that was I wanted you as the reader to feel that. I wanted you to feel because that's how she felt. I wanted you to not
I
know
definitely
how to
felt
get.
that girl's frustration. I was like, ma'am,
Yes, that's what I wanted. And so when people were like, "Oh, it's such a slow burn," that I mean, honestly, that's dating. Like, unless you got
yeah. Hmm.
in case of emergency dick, like that's what dating is. Like, you are, it's trial and error until you find that person. And so that's yeah. So I do feel like the wait can be enjoyable because like I enjoyed writing the wait. Like there was no sex, but there was humor, there was friendship, there was
Hmm.
other things, vulnerability happening. But I feel like I also enjoyed writing Plus Size Player, where it was like
Oh yeah.
Nina's like, I need. I mean, what that dick do? And so like, I feel like different personalities handle things differently. So I like whatever the characters that present to me at the time. Like I like whatever they like. I'm on whatever they're on, and so that's
I love that. You said emergency dick, and all I could think about was somebody like break the glass, you know?
that's what I had in my head. Like,
So, I mean, Curb Your Summer and Plus Size Player are both spicy reads. They're not your spiciest per se. Do we want to hop into these over here?
sure.
Um, Big Nick Energy was a good short. Mm.
Well, fun fact: if you read Big Nick Energy, now Big Nick Energy came out last year,
Hmm.
and but it had been like a thought in my head for a while, but it didn't come out until last year. And when they go to so it's homecoming weekend, when they end up going to a brunch fashion show thing on campus, one of the or a couple of the fashion lines should be familiar to if you are because again all of my characters except for with troubles what you're in
Hmm.
um and she mentions that she should have went to Hamilton University. She went to the university that paid for a full ride for her to be there, but it's a PWI. And when some stuff goes down on campus, they try to put it on one of very
Yep.
few black girls on campus, but everyone else pretty much went to Hamilton University. So when you see the fashion show, you could imagine what line is there. Um, and at that time, when it came out, you wouldn't have known that that fashion line that's mentioned is relevant. But then when you read Plus Size Player and you see the one of the lines that Nina is representing, that they were at they were at the brunch, and so
Okay, because I haven't reread this one since reading Plus Size Player. But
yeah.
now that you say that, okay.
And then because I tried to point out in the back, I believe, some of the connections, but there's also in cuffing season, I forgot her name, Serena. She is a fashion designer. Her line is represented, and Truth or Dare, the main character, I can't think of her name right now. She wanted to.
Yes.
She was
Okay.
working at a bank, but she wanted to do fashion.
Hmm.
Was at the so like Big Nick Energy was a thank you to my readers, and you got to see little updates about like a bunch of different characters popped up and they were there. Also there's a whole new the main character is somebody brand new, and she has a sexy good weekend because it's homecoming
She has
and
a time. Hmm.
a time was had. And so
I actually was kind of like, okay, I'm ready for part two.
part two was originally supposed to come out this year. Um, but there's some other things in the works. And so I've had to put it, I have two stories completed that I have not released that I can't release yet. Um, and yeah, so but I have work ready to come out. Unfortunately, part two of that, because that story was I forgot. There's so many characters. I forgot Big Nick Energy's character's name, but her best friend,
Mhm.
hers, that was the story that was coming out this year. That has started. It's not completed because I had to shift gears, but there's some things that are ready. And once 2025 wraps up, I hope to have more information about what I can and can't.
Oh, man. Okay, I won't push then.
But it's all exciting stuff.
I do want to push. I'm just gonna put that out there. I do.
There's not much I can say at the moment, but I when when I do know, like my newsletter has shifted to Substack and Patreon, like you all will be the first to know, and then it'll be announced everywhere. But yeah, so
Okay.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that something that it gets written and it can come out.
Okay. Okay. Hopping into plot twist roulette.
I'm ready.
So these are really just kind of thoughts that I've had that I would want to know how you as a writer would write them.
Okay.
So first one is your MMC plans a romantic getaway, but accidentally invites the ex who inspired um, about half of your heartbreak playlist.
Mhm.
What happens?
So he plans the getaway for me
Hmm.
and then invites my ex.
Yeah. So let's say that like it's a romantic getaway for you and like a couple of your close friend group,
Okay.
and that your ex is like kind of sort of a part of the friend group, but you know.
Mm, okay. So, okay. So if I'm in a book, um, I first, the fuck he doing here? Like now I'm like, whoever put the plans together, I'm pulling them to the side and I'm like, no, absolutely not. And then, so then they're apologizing, like, I don't know. I guess he wasn't taken off of the email chain. I'm so sorry. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's too like I'm going home. Like, I'm not gonna be here with him. And like it's too dark for you to go, like just stay the night. You can leave in the morning. And then the ex comes in and he's like, can we talk? About what? And so now I got beef and I'm like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not gonna I gotta be here overnight with you anyway. No. So then I go back and like trying to hang with the group, and then they're like, oh, let's play a game. So then it's like two truths and a lie. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be petty. So I make a my two truths are truths having to do with like him, and then my lie is that like I fucked his best friend. And so now he's like he feels as mad as I felt that because why would you come if you knew I was gonna be here? I obviously didn't know you were gonna be here. And so then he's like, no, we need to talk. And so everybody's just like, this is awkward. So I am like, no, we're having a good time. So then when I go to the bathroom, he follows me and like it's like, no, you're talking to me. So then he's apologizing, groveling, and I'm like, I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm not hearing you. I don't like it. And then he's gonna be like, and what was all that about you? You fucking my best friend. And I was like, I mean, and he's like, I know that didn't happen. And I'm like, what if it did? And so then he's like that's mine. Like, I don't care how long it's been. And I'm like, get out of my face. And then he proceeds to try to apologize in all the ways. And so that's how the night unfolds. And then in the morning, I suddenly no longer feel the need to leave the weekend getaway. And so,
I was gonna say, as a in my head, I was like, "Oh, this turned into a murder mystery real quick."
well, in my head, what I was thinking it was going to be, it was a storm, and that's why I couldn't leave, and I had to be stuck there because of the storm.
Now it's giving forced proximity. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so let's see. Taking in the heroines that you've already written, let's say that everybody's in a group chat, and you find out that two people are dating each other. Who spills the tea first?
Okay, so it would probably be. So I feel like if I had to put that on somebody, it probably would be what's her name from the cast,
Okay,
Ebony Von Trussor.
that sounds about right.
Right, like I can't
Mhm.
remember. Like I'm looking at it, I know how to say it. It's whatever
Yeah.
post. Her
Yep.
last name is whatever post said that guy's name was. Only because she is not above like do like
That's
whatever it is that like if whatever it is that needs to be done, she gonna do it. And if it's information that she feels like the group needs to know, then like don't tell it and then be like, and what? I feel like if you are like cool with like plotting on the business across the street and like preying on this man's downfall, like you're,
That's facts.
down to spill a secret. Like, so
Hmm.
I would say her, but like really, I don't even think that unless that it had anything to do with her or hers, I feel like she would mind her business. But I would pick her to be the one to do it because it's just like I could see her. That's the only true enemies to lovers thing, and even that's not even really enemies to lovers. Like he was her enemy. He
Yeah,
was
was not reciprocal.
he had hearts in his eyes. She was like, oh, I'm about to take you down.
That's kind of actually the way that I like my enemies to lovers. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
if they both hate each other, why are we fucking? Like, what's
Yeah.
how? It don't make sense to me.
I also love when the heroine herself is the dangerous one in the relationship, and the MMC is just like happy go lucky. Oh, look at my beautiful woman over here as she stabby stabbies.
I remember when the cast came out and there was a review that said something along the lines of like she was the villain, and I was like, yes, she was the villain. Like that. What, why was that a concern?
Yeah.
Why was that the reason for your 4 stars instead of 5? Like, and I think that sometimes there's, and not even sometimes, I feel like women are in real life and in fiction are expected to be and present a certain way, and when they deviate from that, it is hard for people to digest. Like people are more forgiving of the male main characters being on fuck shit, but as soon as the female main character does something, it's like, oh, I can't stand her. I hate her forever.
I can't relate because I don't know if it's the Scorpio in me, but I'm holding grudges for everybody. It's really why I hate second chance romance.
Oh, you're not getting a second chance. Why are we gonna like I'm writing one in the future, but like I feel like to me like there has to be a compelling reason why you broke up, and it can't be anything you did to me that was dirty because I can't even my mind don't even.
Okay, so yes to that, and also like I'm gonna read it and I'm probably still gonna enjoy it for whatever it is. But in my head, like, no. Make it make sense to me.
Why
No.
didn't you get it right the first time? I feel like if it's timing, okay, if it's because you did something to me, you cheated, you lied, you stole from me, you hurt somebody in my family, like anything like that.
And I also like, and okay, as a mood reader, I go through phases about whether or not I think this is acceptable. Currently, I'm in a space where this is not acceptable. But like falling on the sword as some form of chivalry, miss me with that. I'm just, please, no.
Because again, you shouldn't have done it in the first.
We
So
could have made it through whatever together, but you decided that you were just gonna go ahead and be a martyr, and I just no. Mm-mm. Earlier this year, I definitely had a space where I was kind of like, I found out that there's grovel to happy ever after. So it's essentially like the MMC messes up in the first like 30% and spends the majority of the book like trying to win this person back. Now, I don't know if it's because the FMCs were raking these people over the coals that it was so satisfying to me. But I'm like, I need the apology to equate to what, like, however I felt about what happened.
yeah, yeah. I think I need the actions done to be so much more than what you did. If it hurt me at a 3, you need to be groveling at a 9 for me to even consider the request. And so I would read or watch that.
Mhm.
In real life, it's just like,
Yeah, remixes are for the radio, and I need y'all to keep it over there.
listen, I feel like there has to be a really compelling reason. And so the story that would be coming, I I like the reason. I haven't decided how it's going to play out, but I feel like it was the reason makes sense. I understand why she did what she did. And so it'll be what it is. But like there are times where it's like it's not enough. Like he did all that and you just don't forgive him? Oh,
Mm-mm.
couldn't be me.
And then I recently read like a fantasy book, and I kid you not, because I cracked up when she said it, but I kind of felt for him because he was like, "Oh, like I almost died just now trying to save your life," and she turned to him and was like, "But did you die?" Like there was a threshold for this requirement. Like
It's like you want me to applaud you for something that like almost happened that could happen. Like
I was cracking up. I was like, "Oh," and then I realized that I only had like 20% of the book left, and I was like, maybe he's not gonna get a second chance. So maybe it's over.
actually, this might not be what I thought it was.
Okay, so as an author, I'm sure you're also kind of a reader, although I've heard plenty of authors tell me that becoming an author slash the reader's journey for them.
Completely, completely. The combination of writing, editing, and then like going to book events, and then having like
And you be outside.
uh,
We did a lot of events this year.
Okay, like I'm still tired, which is why like November, like Scorpio season is my time off. I am popping up in Raleigh for something with Casey Mills on the 22nd, but she's a fellow Scorpio and she asked, and so I was like, okay, I can make that happen. But yeah, it was a lot. So whenever there is like free time, like sleeping, catching up with friends, like I haven't been able to. The last books I've read have been for things I've been in conversation with the author for. So it's still been like work related reading. And fortunately, I loved all the stories that I like did read, but it completely it completely shifts the being able to read for enjoyment because if I'm reading, that's time I should be writing or should be
Mhm.
editing. And like I can't stop thinking about that. And it's like, oh, if you got time, like so I'll listen to an audiobook. So of the books that I read this year, it was through audio and it has been like on my way to my part-time job, on my way to the airport, traveling, stuff like that, where I can't have my laptop. If I'm sitting on the couch and I even think about pulling out a book, all of a sudden all of the deadlines that I have, all the things that are supposed to be done start popping up in my mind and I'm like, okay, let me focus. Like I can't. But yeah, so I have I got nothing.
Okay. So, as we kind of like wrap up here, because I always enjoy talking to you, I any book that comes out is an automatic read or buy for me. I'm patiently waiting. I know if my mother asked me one more time when the next one is coming out, ma'am, she's working on it.
It's coming though. It is
What
coming.
are your favorite ways for readers to support you? Because we can be loud. We will tag you on the reviews on Instagram, voice notes in the DMs. I haven't sent you a voice note about Broken Clocks, but I promise you the next time I reread it, you're gonna hear from me.
Love it. I love it each and every time. Writing reviews, doing like making videos and posting about like what you read and what you love. Joining our like newsletters and Patreons and all of those things, our groups on Facebook and wherever else. Really just like continuing to read and support, especially I in the traditional space, if they're looking at units sold to determine if they're going to let the next book come out
Mm.
or if they're going to offer another contract or if they are going to take a chance on like if Curvy Girl Summer didn't do well, then there might have been someone saying, oh well see, that's why we don't need books about fat black women, so we're not going to do that again. You know what I mean? And so it's like supporting in all the ways that you can and being loud about like what you love about the books that you love means so much because the people who who may not see value in our lives, in our stories, in our characters are debasing their opinions on what they see the reactions are. So if you love it, tell your friends, tell your family, but also post about it, tag the publishing company, like make sure it's loud enough that they hear it because when I think about the main reason I wanted to write the Curve series, well, I was always going to tell the story, whether it was indie or traditionally published, but I knew that I wanted this to be my first traditional like introduction because I wasn't seeing a lot of in the indie space. There are so many beautiful fat black women
Mhm.
representing books, but I hadn't seen, and it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just hadn't seen a lot of contemporary romance that featured a fat black woman with natural hair, also where the storyline isn't centered on her losing weight to
Mhm.
get. And so I knew that we are out here, we exist, we are living these fabulous lives, like DMs be DMing, like, but let society tell it. And it's like, you're you're fat. First of all, you need to lose weight. But also you must not have any friends. You must be miserable. You must be, and it's like,
No fashion sense.
right,
Leave the house, you know? Mhm.
exactly. And it's like that's not what it is. And so that's another reason why I made a point of like Aaliyah telling Uncle Al, like my my health is great. Outside of what the weight number is,
Mhm.
everything else is normal. Can you say the same, sir? Like, why are you talking about me? Because like that's true to life. Like that's my story. Like, but then we get into like the medical fat phobia that happens because I remember having a doctor who was just like, I can't believe you're like, you don't have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. And it's just like,
Yeah, I
could you say
may
that
cut
to
this
my
out, I may
face?
include it, but I literally found out that my doctor had written me a script for bariatric surgery after having never brought it up in any of my appointments or expressing dissatisfaction with the way that I looked or how much I weighed. I just got a call from the bariatric center asking me when I wanted to set up my appointment.
Are you
I don't
serious?
even meet the qualifications for the procedure that they were talking about.
That is wild. But like, but that's the BS that I'm talking about. And so like that's why I wanted to write these stories because it's like when there are some people who feel like that stuff doesn't happen or that like who would do that. There are a lot of people out here doing that and saying that and just being wildly inappropriate and who think that like, these lives aren't actually being lived. And so I yeah, so it to be loud about your love of your support of these stories is game changing because there are people who don't see value in it and there are people who would be quick to dismiss it because they're like, well, there can't be that many people who are interested in this because what society has been telling us about like people in bigger bodies is that like we don't deserve to take up space. We definitely don't deserve our happily ever after, and so on and so forth. So being loud about it makes a difference because it forces them to see us even when they don't want us to be seen.
I agree. So, like, share, make your videos, post the book. Pre-orders always,
Yes,
um,
important.
and write your reviews. Don't go tagging authors if you don't like the book. Please and thank you.
Thank you.
It's been so wonderful chatting with you and having you here.
Thank you so much for having me and happy Halloween. I appreciate you inviting me to do this with you. I'm glad that we were able to get it in. And so thank you
Oh,
so much.
and happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you too. I feel like, okay, happy Scorpio season. We're about to do that.
Best season
But
ever.
I'd like to note that we are November Scorpios. So
Yes,
to be clear, to be clear,
there's a
it's
distinction.
Halloween today, but we are November Scorpios.
Yes, important distinction to be made.
To be clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.